All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, the late night with Coach Eli edition. Haven't done a late night show in quite some time, which is what I'm trying to say. Wow, can't get the words out of my mouth. I'm excited, but a little bit in a kind of a weird little bit of a mood. I'll explain that here in just a little bit. But it's going to end up being all good. But I haven't done one of these late night shows in quite some time, and I just really felt the need and the importance of doing this here tonight before going to bed. But before I get to what I need to say, let me first of all make sure that the YouTube notification has gone out. Give me just a second here. Well, the back end of YouTube is rolling smoothly, and the notification has gone out. Okay, I'm not going to be on too terribly long tonight, so I'm just going to get right to it. The topic of tonight's show is I'm not here to coddle people. Tough love is the only thing that works. One more time. I'm not here to coddle people. Tough love is the only thing that works. So, what inspired me to do this show tonight? Well, a lot of things have transpired lately regarding several people I've been helping behind the scenes, and other people that are helping me help these people. There are many people that I've been working with and haven't mentioned a lot about that publicly here. I am starting to keep some things more private because, there's a lot of trolling going on here on YouTube, and, a lot of people that don't believe in what I do. And hey, I understand that, to each its own. But for the people that truly need and want the help, I want to get them the help with no fear of repercussion, with no fear of being attacked by other, people that disagree with what I do out here on YouTube and what I do through my coaching business. So, I've been helping some people behind the scenes, as I've always done for the last 5+ years that I've been doing this coaching thing. And I'm just really, really beginning to see some trends in this crazy modern world we live in that are really beginning to, I wouldn't say upset me or get to me, but really beginning to make me wonder, where is the problem? What's really happening with people nowadays? Why are people struggling so much just to be normal, decent, down-to-earth men and normal, decent, down-to-earth women? And I have to say that it all boils down to this, and it more so started with the millennial generation, and now it's stemmed forward into the, next generation, the I generation, the Gen Zers. And if we don't, handle this at this point, it's going to even hit the latest generation, which is children 10 years and younger. They are known as the Alpha generation. And that is, we are coddling our children. Instead of teaching them discipline and responsibility, okay, we are coddling them. We are not teaching them how to stand up for themselves. We are not teaching them emotional self-control. We are not teaching our kids how to budget, things, how to, socialize, how to speak with people, how to say thank you when somebody does something for you. I mean, it really blows my mind. It really blows my mind the way this world has gone compared to how it was when I was being raised. When I was being raised back in my younger days. Hey, Lewis, how you doing, bro? Thank you for the 2 hearts, man. Lots of love, man. How's the sound coming through, bro? Is it coming through okay? Let me know. I've been doing some tweaking with my audio, and hopefully it's sounding okay. I think it's sounding okay. All right. Let me check it out for a second. Let me mute here for just a second here. Actually, I'm very pleased. The audio sounds very nice. I've been really working on my audio, cleaning it up through some of the software I use, and I was working on it all day earlier today, so I'm pleased with how it sounds. But anyway, I'm just really, really floored at the way I'm seeing both men and women behave nowadays. Grown-ass men and women behaving very immaturely, very insecurely, behaving very entitled. I'm just seeing things that just blow my mind, because when I was growing up, it wasn't like that. I was raised with good old-fashioned traditional morals, values, and ethics. I was raised by my father to be a good, strong man, and I learned from my mother to also be emotionally strong, yet sensitive and kind and caring, but not a sissy, but also not an arrogant, pompous ass as well. Lewis Fuller says, I'm doing good. He says, yes, you sound good. Thank you so much for that, Lewis. I greatly appreciate it, man. Greatly appreciate it. Nowadays, it just really blows my mind. And I'm not trying to be overly critical, but nowadays, it just seems like the parents of millennials and Gen Zers and even some Gen Xers, basically take care of their children. They, I hate to say it, in many cases, the parents work hard, they make good money, and instead of, allowing their kids to go out there and build their own fortune, they give them free homes to live in, they give them money, they give them, everything so that they can survive, instead of teaching them how to go out there and earn that themselves. And then these parents wonder why their kids end up having many issues, right? And so I've encountered many of these people out here on YouTube and in the real world. And when they're coddled and spoiled and entitled, okay, deep down inside, they're not really happy, because they haven't earned a damn thing. Everything that they have, which is what I'm trying to say, has been handed to them on a silver platter, to the point of where, do they really feel good about themselves, right? Do they really feel good about themselves because they didn't earn a damn thing, right? But what I notice about these people is they're very unhappy deep within, right? They're very unhappy deep within because they've been handed everything. And then, if their life is not going the way that, they want it to go, for example, someone that's had everything handed to them, let's say they get a boyfriend or a girlfriend and that doesn't work out, or something terrible happens, right? Then they get upset. What's there to get upset over? What's there to get upset over? You've practically had everything else handed to you. You've never ever faced losing anything or being out in the cold, etc. You've had everything handed to you, to the point of now you're in a relationship and it doesn't work out, and you lash out because you're so used to getting everything else handed to you, and you've never had to deal with losing anything or earning anything, so you lash out, right? And then these people come to me asking me for advice, and when I give them true advice, real advice, tough love advice, they get upset. They get upset, right? Especially the men. These men, they get upset. They come to me for advice, and then they get upset because they don't want to hear the truth. So if you don't want to hear the fucking truth, then why are you asking me for advice in the first place? What do you want me to do? Coddle you in the same ways that your parents coddled you? Tell you what you want to hear so you don't solve the issue you came to me for? Seriously, wake up and smell the damn coffee. Wake up and smell the damn coffee. You even sound good on my Echo Dot 4th-gen smart speaker. Well, thank you, Lewis. This is a $400 microphone, so it better sound good. My Shure SM7B, brother. Great to see you here, bro. It's nice to see you here. I know it's 1:37 a.m. Central Time in your neck of the woods in Texas, 2:37 a.m. Eastern Time, and 11:37 p.m. Pacific Time. It's still Wednesday here on the West Coast. West Coast is the best coast for streaming. Now, I've been scrutinized for my coaching style for the last 5+ years out here on YouTube. But who's actually scrutinized me? What types of people have actually scrutinized me? These spoiled and entitled people that I was just talking about have scrutinized me. Maybe there's some jealousy involved, or maybe, they're just unhappy because they haven't earned a damn thing that they've been given, right? Again, a lot of these people, they have everything handed to them. They get a free house to live in. They get, a free car. They get free food. They get everything, right? And then all of a sudden, something goes wrong in their life for the first time. Like, let's say they get in the relationship, like I was saying earlier, and that doesn't work out. Then they start to lash out, right? And then they start to ask for help. Then they wonder, what the hell happened? Why did this happen? Let's say it's a guy in this situation. Why did this happen with my girlfriend? Why did my girlfriend leave me? Or why did this happen with my girlfriend? Well, because the truth of the matter is you never learned responsibility. You never learned how to man the fuck up because you have been handed everything your entire life. You don't know how to be a man. You guys don't know how to be a man. That's the bottom line. And you're desperately struggling and trying to figure out what it takes to be a man. And that's why I'm here, because I am a real man. And quite frankly, here's the thing. Yeah, I'm coming out here and I'm being very, very honest about this, right? I'm being very honest about this. And people can come back at me and say the same things that I'm saying about them. You can say whatever you want to say, but here's the thing. I'm the type of person that would never talk out of my ass. I speak from experience. I'm speaking from the upbringing that I've had. I've had a great upbringing. My father taught me discipline, and so did my mother. They also taught me how to be a strong and confident man, yet be, sensitive at the same time. They taught me to, have a good emotional self-control, level of emotional self-control, and not get upset, as much as possible. Okay? Now, don't get me wrong. We all have our moments, and I've had mine. But for the most part, compared to everything I've been through in life, whether it's been out here on YouTube or in my real life, trust me, most things that most other people would have lashed out at, I just ignored. Every now and then, sure, I may lash out. I'm human. I may lash out and, I may lose my shit every now and then. But 9 out of 10 times in situations where other people would lose their shit, I keep my cool. I stay cool, calm, and collective. And that's what I want to teach you folks. I want to help you folks get to that level as well. But you're not going to get there if all you're looking for is somebody to coddle you. I'm not going to coddle you. I'm not going to coddle you. Your mommy and daddy have coddled you enough, right? And that's why you're lost. You're a lost soul. You're a lost little puppy. You're a lost little male puppy, desperately seeking the answers on what it takes to become a real man, right? So I'm not going to coddle you because that's not going to help you in the ways that you need help. Yeah. And see, here's the thing. We got some troll here, probably my super troll. I wasn't going to mention it, but I'm just laughing. He's like, "Fool, you talking about yourself, bish boy? Now block me." Well, yeah, I did, dude. Dude, what do you want to say about me? I've earned every damn thing in my life. So what do you want to come out here and say about me? Seriously, I'm not offended by it, bro. I'm an open book. I have the balls to come out here and actually speak my piece and speak my truth. You like to hide behind the computer. You are exactly one of these guys that I'm talking about. You're insecure. You're immature. You've got some instabilities, right? So all you do is hide behind the damn computer. That's all you do is you hide behind the damn computer and create thousands of Google accounts coming out here and saying, "Fool, you're talking, everything you're saying right now is true about you." Well, if that's what you think, sir, then so be it. I don't care what you think about me. And that's another thing I try to teach people. You shouldn't care about what people think about you, especially if it's people that are projecting onto you like this dude is, right? Now, for good people that are respectful, yeah, you should care about them, right? But it's your choice who you care about and who you don't, right? Okay? But again, I'm seeing this time and time and time again, primarily with millennial men and post-millennial men, but in some cases, some Gen X men like myself. And then we get to the women. Like, I'm seeing women that are in their 30s and 40s act like 2-year-old little girls. Because they've been coddled too. And furthermore, nowadays, to further enable the coddling of what's happening in our modern society nowadays, like I mentioned before, I'll say it again, we have these things now called participation trophies, right? Right? You compete in a sporting event, like let's say you compete, in a baseball, or you're on a baseball team, right? Okay? And typically the team that wins the World Series gets the trophy, right? Okay? Nowadays, not only does the second place team get the trophy, but the third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth place teams all get a trophy. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing up. You win just for showing up, right? You win just for showing up. Well, I get the concept of that. Yeah, showing up is the first part, right? Because a lot of people won't even show up, right? A lot of people wouldn't even join a league, right? Okay? So I get the concept there. But what are we teaching our kids nowadays by giving them participation trophies? We're further enabling this entitlement behavior. We're further coddling them, saying that it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay. No matter what you do, it's okay. Right? And hey, I understand that people learn from their mistakes, right? The whole point is to keep trying and trying and trying, right? But if you continue to reward kids for their failures, yet you don't discipline them or make them aware of their failures so they can learn from their failures and not fail in the future, then, you're sending them down this, vicious path of, entitlement. And I'll be honest, I didn't want to mention this, but I am going to say this. This is exactly what my lady is dealing with regarding, her 27-year-old daughter. Now, it's primarily not her fault. Partially it is because, she's the mother. But still, her entire family, my girlfriend's 27-year-old daughter has been spoiled and, entitled, and her entire family has enabled this behavior since she was a little girl. So now that she's 27, she still expects the same shit. And when she doesn't get the same shit at age 27, she lashes out. And then she basically, turns her back on family members that won't continue that, that coddling, right? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I never, ever, 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 ever was treated that way by my parents. And neither was my brother. Now, did we have a good upbringing? Yes. Did we get some gifts? Yes. Did we beg a few times and mommy bought us a gift every now and then when daddy was at work, right? Even though daddy said not to? Yes, but it didn't happen all the time. We didn't get everything. We did get discipline. And we did learn responsibility. And that's the most important thing right there. The most important thing nowadays that these kids are struggling with is learning responsibility because their parents are not teaching them responsibility, right? So these parents have kids nowadays, and then they can't wait for their kids to turn 18 so they can get them out of the house. So what do? They buy them their own house or give them a secondary house that's been a part of a family estate, right? They give them some money, and they send them off their merry way to figure out the shit that they should have been taught by their parents while they were growing up. But while they were growing up, their parents were too busy working and doing their own thing instead of raising their kids, right? I'm here to help people, folks. I love everybody. I love people. I truly want to help each and every one of you out here have the best possible shot of accomplishing whatever it is that your heart or hearts desire. But you have to be open to the help. Laura Palador, how about the evolution of caring? Your thoughts? What says the panel? I have no idea what you're talking about. I really have no idea what you're talking about. You're going to have to be more clear on that. It's interesting to me that there are some people trolling tonight in the middle of the night. I mean, it's only 11:50 p.m. here on the West Coast, but it's almost 3 a.m. on the East Coast, and there are people still up trolling. That's pretty pathetic. These people can't sleep, so they stay up all night trolling on YouTube. Man. The only way you can turn your lives around is by wanting to turn your lives around. You have to be open to the help. I don't want anyone coming to me for my help unless you're open to it. And I've been very upfront with how I coach people. I'm very firm but fair. I'm firm but fair, just like my father was, okay? I believe in tough love, and I'm going to give you tough love, and I'm going to get in your face. I'm not going to hit you or anything like that. And most of the time, this is going to be done digitally, so I couldn't do it even if I wanted to, but I'm not a violent person. I wouldn't do that. But I'm going to give you tough love. I'm going to get in your face, figuratively speaking, and I'm going to call you out on your shit so you can learn from it. The stock account Laura says, just doing something because it feels good. Well, you should always do things that make you feel good. Okay? You should always do things that make you feel good. That's a given, right? I'm not a troll. Do I know you? I see your picture there and you look familiar, like somebody I banned. I have a feeling that you're that chick from New York. Your picture looks familiar. Anyway, it's not a big deal. My lady, I don't know if she's watching right now. She knows I'm doing a show, but she was tired. I just talked with her before going live on the air. She'll probably catch the replay tomorrow. folks, I'm going to be wrapping this up in about 5 to 10 minutes or so. But, it just really saddens me. What saddens me the most in this modern world is the fact that most men just are not men anymore. They don't behave like men. Men have, I hate to say it, you guys are being surpassed by women. I tip my hat to you ladies, right? And listen, as a man myself, I'm not here to compete with women. I'm here to, get along with men and women and anyone that's a decent person, whether you're a man or a woman, right? I firmly believe that men and women should have equal opportunities and should have always had equal opportunities as long as, the man or the woman or both are qualified for the job. Women should have the same opportunities. And I am secure about that. The problem is most of you guys out there nowadays are so insecure because of the way you're raised. You're coddled and you're not real men. So when women surpass you because they're working harder than you, they're getting degrees and they're working hard and they're getting great jobs and making 3 times the money you're making, you guys can't stand that. You guys can't stand it because women are surpassing you. They're surpassing you. She has 23 family members. No, my first time, promise. How'd you find out about the channel, Laura? Just kind of curious. It doesn't matter. I'm just kind of curious. You know what the most pathetic thing is that I've seen, especially out here on YouTube, but even in the real world, is the fact that men are jealous of women surpassing them. Men are acting, men are acting in the most obnoxious and sissy ways because women are surpassing you guys, right? I agree, and it's sad, Coach Eli. It is sad. It is sad, but whose fault is it? Whose fault is it? It is the fault of the parents, right? But here's the thing. If both men and women are not being raised in the best ways nowadays, most of them are latchkey kids being raised by, a nanny or a grandma or grandpa, right? If both men and women are not being raised, in the traditional ways that we used to be raised, why are most women still getting good jobs and becoming successful, and most men nowadays are failing? I'm not saying all men are failing, but most men nowadays are failing. I'm seeing, much more failure amongst men with the millennials and the Gen Zers than women. Women have surpassed you guys, right? I think it's because women are thrilled that they have equal rights. And even for women that have been through a lot of trauma in their lives, they're still fighting through that, and they're working harder to prove their worthiness. And they're doing it while surpassing you guys. And what are you guys doing? What are most of you guys doing instead of working harder to better yourselves, right? And be at an equal playing level with these women that are surpassing you? You guys come out here on social media, on YouTube and other platforms, or even in your real life, and you whine and complain like little female dogs. That's what you guys do, right? That's what you guys do. You whine like little female dogs, right? And quite frankly, that annoys the living shit out of me when men whine like little female dogs, right? And see, here's the thing I've learned. Every single man that I've triggered on this platform on YouTube, for example, the only reason why I've triggered you is because my words about what I'm saying are 100,000,000% true. And you can't handle the truth. You can't stand the fact that it's true. Because if it wasn't true, it wouldn't bother you this much. So instead of letting it bother you, Why don't you do something to turn it around? Why don't you start acting like a man and stop letting this shit get to you and say, you know what? I've had enough of acting like a pussy. I've had enough of acting like a sissy. It's time to turn it around and become a man. It's time to man up. It's time to man the fuck up. Up late, filter live streams. Okay, cool. Cool. Thank you for being here. I will tell you this. I'm going to wrap up by saying this, because we're at 30 minutes right now, 30 minutes exactly. Well, almost 31 minutes. Sorry. I'm getting that error saying YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Well, I've got a fiber line and it looks like it's rolling smoothly. It's a false positive. I'm going to say this. I'm going to look and see what kind of reaction I get to this video here, especially on the replay. Because I know this is late. Not a lot of people are going to view this live. They'll view it on the replay, right? I'm going to look to see how many of you attack me and how many of you accept responsibility and say, you know what, Eli? As much as I hate to admit it, you're right. I'd love to come around your neck of the woods and learn to be a better man. So this is the funny thing here, right? This dude that's been trolling me for ages, I'll just give him a good laugh. You have no job, and your girl does. You're the beta. Well, first of all, sir, I do have a job, and I've made money, and I don't owe you any explanation, and I really don't care whether you or anyone else thinks I have money or not, okay? I don't owe you anything. And second of all, my lady is in between jobs, but she has money, she saved money, and she's got investments, and her and I are doing quite well, bro. And she doesn't have a job currently, but she's about to get one, and probably about to get the best job of her life. I mean, if you want me to be transparent, bro, and, you know, toot your horn a little bit because you're so bored and miserable, trolling in the middle of the night, no problem, dude. It's all good, right? Right? Do what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right, brother? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me, dude. That sounds stupid, right? But if you're going to be silly, creating sock accounts as a grown-ass man in the middle of the night here on YouTube, I'll be silly with you as well. Why not, bro? It's all good, right? I think you miss me, too. I think you miss me when I talk with you, right? You love it when I talk with you. You love when I look you right in the eye of the camera and I talk with you, right? And then you're sitting there saying, I want to cut Eli's tongue off, right? Right, brother? I definitely agree, and thanks for welcome. No problem. You're welcome to come back. You seem like a decent person, Laura. I appreciate it. I have another channel, my main channel. It's been a monetized channel for, I've had it for 3.5 years. It's been monetized for 2 years. This channel will be monetized soon. We're just getting the watch time. It has the subscribers, but we're going to be monetized within the next 2 to 3 weeks. So Nightbot's been sharing my link to my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas, or just go to youtube.com/lifecoacheli. I want you guys to get to the point where when you have trolls like the guy that just came in here that's been trolling me for 4 or 5 years, and he comes in here and says, you have no job, and your girl does. You're the beta. Yeah, I'm the beta, dude. I'm the beta, right? And then you see what happens after that is I'm saying it in a sarcastic way, right? And then these morons, they download my videos, and then they clip it out of context. Ooh, Coach Eli said, you know, I'm the beta. I'm the beta, right? Coach Eli said, I'm the beta. Quite frankly, you want to know something to the people out there? How do you know I'm not purposefully saying these things, knowing that you're going to clip me, which will further get me more exposure? Because publicity is publicity. Exposure is exposure. Good, bad, or indifferent, right? So it's all good. And that's the way I want to teach you folks how to handle these things. Just ignore them. Don't let them get to you. Maybe have a little fun every now and then with it, and then stick to your topic and move forward, right? Don't let these things get to you. I subscribe to both. Well, thank you, Laura. I appreciate it. I'm sorry that I called you a troll. I've been severely trolled for years. And, I was involved with a pretty crazy drama group for years unknowingly. I've been on YouTube since it came out almost 20 years ago, but about 5.5 years ago or so is when I decided to start a business on YouTube for the first time, do it full time. And I had no idea what trolls and haters were. I mean, I knew what haters were, but I didn't know what trolls were, and I didn't know how bad the trolls were out here on YouTube. And it was one big shit show. But I'll tell you, I'm kind of glad that I went through it because I've learned how to handle it. And now I'm teaching other people how to handle it. So that way they can continue moving forward. Lewis Fuller, who's here, I've known him for a few years. Lewis Fuller was getting trolled severely, when I first met him almost a couple years ago. And it got to the point of where I told him, I'll help you work through it. And he almost didn't trust me. Him and his sister almost didn't trust me because they thought I was a troll too. And I said, no, I'm on your side. Like, I'm tired of this shit. Like, it's stupid, right? And Lewis gave me a chance. His sister gave me a chance, and we've been friends ever since. But yeah, there's a pretty huge backstory. But again, I'll tell you that as much as it sucked going through what I experienced, I'm kind of glad I did because it made me stronger. I'm going to wrap up by saying this, on YouTube, having thick skin, I had thick skin in the real world before I came out on YouTube full time 5.5 years ago. But having a normal amount of thick skin is not good enough for YouTube. YouTube will test your already thick skin and make it tougher. And by the time I got through all this BS, my first 2.5 to 3 years out here on this platform, it made me 10 times stronger. So on YouTube, you need tough skin or thick skin times 10. I understand it's late. I appreciate. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Lewis Fuller says, I wish that these stupid trolls would get off their ass and get theirself a job. Right. And then they say I don't have a job, right? They have no idea what my financial situation is. And why do they care? Why do people care where my money comes from or how I make my money, right? I mean, I've been transparent about it many times, but I wouldn't even talk about it. The only reason why I'm mentioning it is because it's something to laugh at, right? It's just something to laugh at regarding the context of this particular stream here. But anyway, folks, I'm going to get on out of here. Look, I'll put it out here at the end of this stream here. Between now and the end of June. Between now and the end of June, which is 1 week. Between now and Thursday, June 30th. Anyone that emails me and would like to have a free 30-minute phone consultation regarding anything, I'll help you 30 minutes free of charge. Anything after that, you can go to my website. My rates are very reasonable. But I'm willing to help anyone. Guys, gals, whether you're gay, straight, lesbian, bi, trans, it doesn't matter. I love all of you. I'm willing to help you folks and give you 30 minutes of my time for free to talk about anything personally or professionally. Just go in the description to my email, coacheli@coacheliasmelas.com, and just put in the subject line, free 30-minute phone consultation, and I will get back to you, and we will schedule it sometime over the next week or two. So that's that. Tomorrow, I'll be back for a couple more streams actually, I'm releasing another pre-recorded video on my main channel tomorrow in 4K at 60 frames per second, a pre-recorded Walking with Purpose video with another great topic. That'll be released at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. And then sometime in the afternoon, I'd say probably around 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific, or shortly after that, I'll be doing a live Walking with Purpose stream, a Walking with Purpose live stream on my main channel, my other channel. And then tomorrow night, my lady and I will definitely be doing a show. We were going to do one tonight, but there was a confusion. I thought my woman fell asleep and was taking a nap, but she was doing some yard work, and I did text her. I did text her, and when she didn't get back to me, I figured she was sleeping. And then we talked earlier tonight. She's like, "You could have texted me again. I didn't see my phone." And I'm like, "Baby, I don't double text. When you see it, you see it. And when you saw it, you finally got back to me. I never double text women. You text one time. Now, if I didn't hear from you for a day or so, I would assume something's wrong. Then I would text you at that point. But I'm not going to double text you, within a few hours. I mean, come on now. But anyway, Laura says, "I understand it's late. I appreciate it." Okay, I already read that. And furthermore, she says, "Misery loves company." Absolutely. So yeah, folks, please subscribe, bang the bell, select the notifications on both my channels right here on Coach Eli, 2 Uncensored Live Streams, and also my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas. Nightbot's been sharing the link every 7 minutes, or just go to youtube.com/Life Coach Eli. And in case you're new here, when this channel does get monetized over the next 2 to 3 weeks or so, I will be moving my Walking with Purpose live streams over to this channel, and pretty much most, if not all, of my live streams will be here, and my main channel will focus on higher quality, bite-sized pre-recorded content, YouTube shorts, and some exclusive members-only content. So stay tuned for that. With that being said, I want to thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you to Lewis Fuller for being here. Thank you to Laura Palladori for being here. Lewis Fuller says, "Laura, I just gave you some love on your channel." You mean you subscribed to your channel? That's awesome, Lewis. I'm going to give you both a big round of applause. Wonderful. Wonderful. So with that being said, have yourselves a great night, and I'll see you all next time. Take care, and as always, be good to each other.